Hey, what up, y'all? I'm gonna get straight to this one because I have a bunch of other stuff to say. But if you have not already, go to akachicomics.com and pre-order Void Beast Chapter 4. Like I said in one of my posts, I will not be doing physical copies after the 23rd. Maybe uh, it'll be all digital. Later on, I'll do physicals for cons and stuff like that. But as far as everything else, nah, none of that. We're not doing all that. I got a bunch of other stuff, contractor stuff, delivering stuff, all kind of mess I got to do that I can't send out books regularly. So I got these pre-orders. Go ahead and get on it if you plan on getting on. If you don't, that's fine too. I ain't mad at you. If you don't want it, I ain't mad at you. Don't do it. But yeah, if you want to get it, shirts, all that stuff, this is the time to get it. This is the time to do it. Get your pre-orders in. Go to akachicomics.com. So straight to it. Disney released its recent trailer for Little Mermaid with Haley Bailey, Haley Bailey, Holly Haley, whatever. I'm bad for all of this. But so far it didn't look bad. It didn't look bad or anything. Like it didn't look like it was like bad quality or nothing like that. And I'm not. And as always, I'm not talking about the movie, y'all. I don't know. Like y'all get mad at me when I say something about you don't know you like the movie. I don't know. I ain't seen the movie, so I'm not about to judge the movie. I'm about to talk about what I see going on and how I feel about just the whole race thing and stuff. So they had announced it a year or two ago and everything, and folks was talking about making Blade black, all kind of goofy shit. And y'all know me, I'm about to be all over the place with this. I'm gonna be all over the place, all over the place. That's what you came for. So if you're on here, that's what you came for. And if you're not on here for that, that's what you're about to get. So it is what it is. But the back and forth is basically people tripping out about Disney making Ariel a black woman. Now, for me, y'all know me. I don't really care for the race swapping thing. I just don't. I don't. It don't matter who it is. Now, I watch. I don't care for it, but I'll watch because some of the characters. I probably won't watch this because it's not. I watched this when I was in elementary school, and it's not really my go-to thing. If my little girls in there and my kids, when my son wants to watch it and stuff, I agree, because Sean, I agree. Like I'm getting there. And so I probably won't watch it unless my family or somebody want to watch it. But me, I probably won't. It's not for me, probably, and whatever. But it's not one of the ones I'm gonna go on my way and watch. But I don't care for the race swapping, and it's whatever. But one of the first things I noticed is that there's both sides. There's the black folks. We're gonna y'all y'all better watch it. We're gonna make Snow White black, and we're gonna understand it's gonna be amazing. Black folks just like it because they see it get under white folks' skin. That's why they like it. They like that. There's no other reason for this. To me, and you here listening to me. So whatever the fuck you got to say, it is what it is. You go talk about it somewhere else. We talk about it with me. And then there's the so-called, and then there's the white folks that are, she black, she this and that, the mermaid ain't black and this and that. And that's goofy too, because black folks came up with some of these stories before everybody else did. Whether it was in Africa, whether it was black African Americans and stuff. These stories have been here forever. So I'm seeing people talk about it being progress. I'm seeing people talk about their kids being represented and stuff. And let me tell you something. If I got my little child, my little daughters, I got 3 of them, I'd never, ever in my motherfucking life take pictures and videos of my child being happy to see a fake black mermaid. Like, I just wouldn't. I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all talking about. You should be happy. Fuck that. My child is more important than a fake black mermaid that was handed down to this. So that's what I'm getting at. Handed down. There's all kind of black creators and creations that could have been given, but no, they made the white girl a black girl. And the reason why I believe it, one of the reasons why I think that they've done this is because this is Disney's way of promotion right now. Everything Disney has been doing for the past couple of years has relied on negative promotion. Now, it could just be me. It could just be me. I could be missing something, but it seems like everything they've been doing has relied on negative promotion. It don't matter if it was Rey from Star Wars. It don't matter if it's the Marvel characters. It don't matter if it's She-Hulk. It don't matter if it's a black man or everything has relied on negative promotion. Even my video is helping it by me just talking about it, putting it in the algorithm. Just talking about it is helping it. And I truly believe that that's what they have lived off of recently. Because before it was, hey, let's make this stuff that's more catered to white folks. Like let's just what it is. It's just what it is. With these characters and stuff, and anytime there's gonna be a black person, they're gonna be some type of little creature or some animal that we have black people voice over. So we ain't really seeing them niggas. Before, it's from the Snow Whites to the Cinderellas, all of that stuff was, we're going to promote to them because we know they're going to come out and spend money. We don't believe the Negro's going to spend money like that. Now that they know that black folks is on here and they see us talking and running our mouths about everything, now it's the thing where it's like, okay, we can cater to them and they're going to carry it. Even if they don't spend the money, they're going to carry it. They're going to carry it for the next few years. Because they're going to talk about, we can throw in some racism stuff, we can throw in some misogynist stuff, and all sorts of mess. And I'm not saying these people aren't. I'm not saying that these people aren't. But I'm starting to see a pattern. There's no, that like the marketing on the film, like before they used to have to hit. They used to have to hit in trailers and posters, all kinds. Now they even got, now that you can just put it online, especially when they race swap characters and know that black folks is just going to take over. It can be a black person. It don't matter nothing about it. It don't matter who owned it. It don't matter who wrote it. It don't matter who owns the rights. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. As long as it's a black face, they know black folks gonna lose their damn minds and promote this shit no matter what. And then I'm seeing the post about like the Native American was white, Armenian like being white, and then Wanda being like Russian white. Here's the thing. Except for the Asian person, all of them people, for the most part, don't consider themselves black, except for when it's convenient. Like all of them. Like you look at you'll see the meme somewhere, and then it's like they weren't mad about these people being white, but all these people consider themselves white for the most part. You can check their IDs, and I'm pretty sure all of them got white. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's what it is. So. And even if they don't, they sure do welcome them in like it's like that. And so my thing is, black folks is losing their damn mind over this. And don't no black person own it. We losing our mind and defending it like we wrote it and calling folks names and talking about each other, and we don't own none of it. Don't own the character, don't own the rights to it, don't own nothing. And then even with the character, this is some shit that got handed to us, and it ain't nothing we created. And it goes back to that whole, I talked about this before recently about like the Negro Leagues and stuff. This is that white ice is colder shit, to where black folks will take something, and as long as we in a row, there's been all kind even though Disney is doing it and it's still whatever, there's not this much hoopla about what's her name? Tiana on The Princess and the Frog. Y'all didn't even make this, folks didn't even make this much noise about her. And it's like, what? It's a white ice is colder thing. If it was a white person and they turn them black, niggas gonna lose their mind. And it happens all the time. Let for instance, I'm gonna tell you something. Let Professor X or Magneto be black. Let them do that. And all the black folks that was on here talking about how none of those stories came from the civil rights movement and they weren't prototypes for Magneto and blah, 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 blah. Black folks gonna lose their mind. Just watch. Watch how it's going. If Marvel does that, watch how they're gonna jump ship and black folks gonna lose their mind. They're gonna announce it at 8 p.m. at 8:01 p.m. niggas gonna have all kind of posts and stuff. And that's the thing. Black folks will settle for inclusion. Like, hey man, I said what? Let me rewind a little bit. Let me go back. I was talking about the Negro Leagues because I've been looking at it, and out here in Milwaukee, they have stuff in malls and everything about it, and you can read articles. And I swear, it's like black folks do this consistently, year after year after year after year, and we champion this shit, and then we wonder how our stuff is messed up. When you go back and you look at, and this is just a small example, when you go back and look at the Negro Leagues, baseball was having a problem back in the day. They weren't filling up stadiums. It was kind of meh, and it was like they weren't selling the way they would have liked. You go over and check out the Negro Leagues. Excuse me. They were black players, stadiums full of black folks, just watching all these black folks play baseball, play baseball. They and the owners of teams were like dentists, black businessmen, their husbands and wives, construction dudes that put the money up for it. All of this shit, and then as soon as it was like they do their little swing on it and be like, hey, this Negro Jackie Robinson, he's special because he gets to go over there and play with the white folks. And black folks lost their mind and gave up everything that they had, all the money, all the control, everything. Now look at it. Then we complain about white folks. Then we complain, no. Because if certain times, whether it's niggas shooting themselves and killing each other or black folks doing bad business, at the end of the day, you're going to have to take some responsibility for some of the goofy shit you done. And this is the same thing with this. It's like, hey, come on over here and we'll give you this black character. How about, but there's other black characters y'all could, in black original characters that y'all could help and give them a footstool in and do stuff with. No. We'll make this white woman black. Black folks. And y'all, wait, black person. We also need y'all to go fight them evil, bad white folks. Because they gonna come out there. And then we get the prods of white folks. We go do that. Nobody like they're talking about the woman king, and it's all the back and forth, right? And black folks have a right to have this conversation about the whole the homie being slave catchers and stuff like that. And they were. Like I've read these stories to my daughters. My daughters know this. I've read these same stories about the homie in the Amazon, blah, 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 being slave catchers. My daughters know this. This ain't nothing new. But it's like black folks have a right to have that conversation. But then it's like, well, we don't go support. But who wrote it? Go look at who wrote it. Go look at who owned it. There's not a black face on there outside of acting. So when do we start? When do black folks still talk about really owning and controlling things? Like, when does that pop up? Because at the moment, all it is we gonna fight racists for something that a known racist company has made, and then we gonna defend it with our lives like it's our child. Niggas got every reason for why they should go watch and be happy about a Black Little Mermaid. But then if you talk about reparations, they got every reason for why you shouldn't and why we ain't shit for not deserve and don't deserve it. Like so I'm not saying, and again, I know some of y'all goofy motherfuckers, yeah, you just don't like, why people don't like, why can't people like what they like? Why can't they like what they like? Why can't they like, why can't they like what they like? You can like whatever the fuck you want to like. I'm fine with that. That's fine. I'm not mad at you for liking it. But this whole stuff where we keep playing this game where it's the same thing going on with hip hop now, and we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it just slip right out of our hands, just slip right out. All this have fun, and you ought to like it, and we doing well. It's the same thing over and over again. What? huh? Oh, uh, they, I'm a little lost by that comment. It's not registered right now. So, um, but I don't know. Maybe they do. I do agree that that's part of it. But it's like over time, I still want to know, when do we learn? Because we defending it, and it doesn't. And this is black folks in general. I ain't talking about no black men. I'm talking about I'm not doing that. I keep telling you, if y'all know me, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that back and forth, that whether it's coming from black men or black women. Take that shit somewhere else. This is black folks in general. I don't do all that. The rest of y'all can do that shit. I don't do all that. But black folks need, and yes, these conversations do need to be had, because it happens over and over again. It happens over and over. So I'm not saying that the girl didn't deserve the role. I'm not saying in it, because I can say everything that I'm saying exactly. You hear everything I'm saying, and somebody will turn into, well, why she didn't deserve it? Well, why you saying she didn't? You just sound like, she deserved what she worked for, and I ain't mad at that girl. I need her to get her money. I need her because she could do the right. Whatever. That's fine. Get your money. Get your money. Don't not take it because of what I say. She don't need to not take something because a random Negro is on the internet talking about what black. That's fine, but I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. I'm still gonna say what I want to say. And so, even with like what I'm saying, even with hip hop, it's a thing where they're trying to consistently make hip hop into something else, to where it wasn't from black people and black Americans. It's the same thing that happened to us. Rock and roll, all this other stuff. Then we're going to be 20, 30 years in the future complaining about it, talking about, man, these wasn't this, and we ain't got nothing. We still don't really own no production studios. We still don't do it. So anytime outside of Tyler Perry and a few others, they have like some here and there stuff, but we see how that works. We don't own and control none of that, but we out here fighting wars for Disney. We out here fighting wars for Disney, talking about they gonna make such and such black, and if they make so and so black, we not gonna profit from it. Disney and them people gonna profit from it just because they put a black face on it. And I need y'all to help me to understand. My little black daughter should see a fake black mermaid, and everything in the world is perfect, and I should be happy about that. This is like Santa Claus shit. It's like Santa Claus, and I should teach my kids about Santa Claus and inclusion because Santa Claus, or I should teach my kids about inclusion because Disney decided to throw us a bone and make a black mermaid that was white, or in the book, so back in the day it was green. And we stretching it. Oh, those niggas that was throwing out the ocean and they in the sea, and your these people were. So the fuck what? We talking about what this corporation made, and they turned into a black person, and now we're losing our minds for it. So I don't understand it, y'all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So I need to know why I should. Why? And the thought that my daughter is amazing. This got to be coming from people that, for one, don't have kids or whatever. Because my daughters have been reading and knowing about black women their whole lives, thanks to me and my family and other people. Like, I sit down and read books to my daughters about black women that have done things. That's how we know about what I talked about even with the Woman King. That's how my daughters know about it. Because I would sit down and read stories to them about black women throughout history. That's not Disney's job. That's not Disney's job. That's not a known racist. that's not a known racist corporation's job to teach my kids about blackness. And just because we're around white people doesn't make it better. Because she gonna be plopped into. And that's another thing too. We plopped this black girl in the middle of a bunch of white folks, and we don't even want to go to work like that. We don't even like going to work with a bunch of, we talk about how bad we have to code switch, how we have to not be ourselves, how we have to put on faces and stuff to be around a bunch of white folks, and then they plot this little black character in front of a bunch of white folks, and then we backflipping because it get under white folks' skin a little bit, even though we don't control it and we not benefit from it for the long run. And it's not a black company. It's not any of that. So I need to understand what it is. And again, I'm not saying that these people got the right to say racist shit. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we shouldn't be the ones holding up this banner for Disney and these other places. We should never. And I always ask y'all this. It's like 1 minute we hate corporations, next minute we go in the bat for them. So I'm trying to understand how. It's eat the rich, hate the corporations. They don't pay us right. They don't do all this stuff. But then we lose our mind in helping them out. And again, this is just this. As of late, it's been Disney's go-to. It's been Disney's go-to. When it comes to marketing, Disney has been the best at using negative and back and forth bullshit for arguing for their movies. And the thing about it is, a lot of them ain't even been all that good lately. Yeah, I said it. A lot of them haven't been that great. Marvel, Disney, whatever. A lot of them haven't been all that great. And I don't get, and I'm not gonna listen to a person that come on here talking about no matter what Disney do, they can do no wrong. I like to call some of y'all MC Coons because y'all, no matter what they do, y'all gonna come in here and give me reasons for why it's amazing and why it's the greatest thing on the planet. So it goes into one ear and out the other, and I don't even look at what you talk about. So, but it is what it is. Make me sick. Y'all be up there talking about got Disney's nuts all in your throat, and you still they can do the most trifling shit. Y'all still be up here talking about, you know, I love me some Marvel, some Disney. Like, how does that work? So for me, it's not progress. Progress is is black people having the money and the funds to put their stuff. That's the thing. There's no the black characters get no kind of traction, and then when they do them some type of crazy, and that's why like I'm worried about like Blade. I'm worried about Blade because I'm like, oh god, hopefully ain't gonna be crazy. And y'all can swing it however you want to. I don't give a fuck. But even with Black Panther, the way they did what we know, I'm not gonna say the way they did it because I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. What we know as of right now, that he's dead. Like, that was horrible. That I don't care how you spin it. I don't give a fuck about what you just did. Well, I was saying the recap. You don't kill off a fake comic book character because the person in real life died. Now, however you try to spin it, they might spin it a certain way, and I'll be wrong, and that's fine. I'll come in here and say I was wrong. That's fine. But it shouldn't be that way. And the thing about it is, it doesn't make sense depending on how they trying to play it. Because no, I'm not getting to that. I'm not. I'll save that for later. But it can't be this. Progress is black folks having their studios and having the funds. It always goes back to this. Whether it's integration, whether it's all kind of stuff. Black folks give up what they have. Black folks give up their neighborhoods. They give up everything just to go be where white folks is at and defend it, even though it's not right. Even though it doesn't end up the way we think it should. And we'll explain it away. And then we'll listen to the numbers and be like, man, why is it like this? Why these black babies losing their mind? Why these black babies ain't got nothing? Why they don't respect and why they ain't did? And because we ain't set nothing up and we gave up what we had to go lived where white folks was at. That's why, like, I didn't like even watching since we on TV and shit. Even the show Them that was on Amazon, I couldn't finish watching it because I thought it was stupid. I thought everything about it, not everything, but a lot of it was dumb. And it was like, so you mean to tell me black folks went through this, then you come to a part of California where you could have been, with other black folks. You went to where the white folks was at, went through all kind of mess, and then you, after just losing your child, we get here? Like, it's this consistent thing throughout history of black folks acting like what we got because we did it ourselves ain't as important as anything else. It just ain't important. It's not worth defending, and it's not worth keeping when it comes to black folks. But everybody else, all the time, bless God, all the time. But everybody else will see it. Like, for instance, I have property in what they would call the hood. I ain't giving up that shit for nothing. Not nothing. The house, it ain't ran over, it ain't messed up or whatever. But I'm not giving up that shit for nothing. Because you consistently, you watch where they building that, you see the stuff they bring around, and they tell us, and this is real life examples, they tell us that your property is no good and you shouldn't buy this and that. Then they'll come in, rehab it, sell it for twice the amount, and then everybody start moving in. And then we start crying, man, they gentrified us, and it happened because y'all didn't think nothing that you had was important. And this is what I'm seeing with this. It's like, just because it's a black girl and it's getting under white folks and it's bothering white folks, y'all feel the need to defend it and to say that it's progress. What are we progressing from and to? Like, that's what I need to figure out. What are we progressing from and to? Because are we like, is it because there was no black people on screen? And wanted a bunch of black Disney princesses? Is that what it is? So, okay, there's not one. Then they make one that was white, black. Okay. And we lose our mind. What are we progressing to? I need help. I need y'all to explain it to me. What are we progressing to? More black folks just being in the... And that's the thing, like whether it's African stories or Black American stories, because Black Americans got just as many wild and crazy stories to pull on as everybody else do. We really do. But it's this thing where, and if we just want to troll white folks, okay, then that's fine. That's funny. Hee hee ha ha hee hee. But when do we really start talking about real change? When do we really start doing that? When do we really start focusing on and backing the folks that can do something with a black IP or something that can do it? When do we really start backing them and trying to help whatever with them and pushing them to get to where they at and have them own the rights and the and everything with their characters so that they can keep pushing and making new stuff? When does that happen? Because I don't see that. I don't see that as much. Not as hard as it is with this. So no, I personally, and it's also a character that's a creature. Like it's another one. They made the black woman into another little creature person, little undersea monster. Because a lot of mermaids and stuff, mermaids and sirens and all that other shit, they were monsters. A lot of them were ugly ass monsters. Or green fish looking people that were out in the sea causing issues with everybody. They made the black. They damn sure didn't make her any of them other things. They didn't make her Snow White, Cinderella, or Brandy was Cinderella or something like that. So that was whatever. So that was one. Brandy did do that. But they didn't make her that. They didn't make her that. And the thing about it is just, I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe I'm just talking crazy because I'm more concerned about black people owning and controlling what we're doing. Because this doesn't make sense. And then the things that black folks do own it, especially like in this form, there's not a lot of black people there. Now, my lady informed me about the Zeus Network and about all the nigga shit that's on there, all the ignorant shit that's on there, and whether it's Jocelyn, whether it's Bad Girls Club, all Bad Boys Club, all this ignorant shit that's on there that they just let black folks, and then they pass that off as black empowerment. And it's like all of that stuff is fine for black folks, or some wild Tyler Perry shit, or black folks being plopped in with a bunch of white folks again. It's the same thing over and over again. But when it comes to like black fantasy and stuff like that, we still don't have a whole bunch that was done and owned and created by black people. We still don't have a whole lot of that. There's Jordan Peele and a few others in horror and stuff like that, and a few other people coming up, but we're not in those. And I'm not talking about inclusion. I'm not talking about that, because you don't own and control it, and you can be placed, replaced, taken out of, put in, added to, and it don't mean nothing. I'm not one of those people that's gonna be like, man, I wanted to be a troll so bad, and to see that troll have an S curl and that other one have some cornrows like me, it made me feel so good about myself. And look at my kids; they even love it too. Like I'm not that person. I'm not that person. Because if you really want to help me, you really want to include me, give me the funds. That's how you can help me. That's how you can help black folks. Like all right, okay. Like I'm not like that's whatever. I have my own thing with that. But I feel give black folks the funds, give them the money, and let them go run wild and do what they go do. But this is not progress. Progress ain't let me add you to it. That's not progress. That's not progress. That's not progress. Because all we telling our kids is, as long as we like all this whole I try. No, don't troll it. Don't troll it. Go buy a book. Go to the website. Go to acountrycompass.com and buy a book. That's how you can help me out. That's how you can help me out. Buy the books. Tell me if it's good. Tell me it's trash. Whatever. That's fine. Tell me I hated that shit. That's fine too. It don't. I did. I made it for y'all anyway. If you don't like it, that is what it is. But the progress is giving black people the same access to resources that all these other people have, that these white folks have, that these other people got. That's progress. Having access, and I need black folks, especially black folks, to understand that progress ain't standing next to a motherfucker. That's not progress, because I can stand next to you. Like, we've always been around each other. But when it comes to fun, when it comes to resources and money and access to better opportunities, that's where the progress is made. Not no, you got this white, I made this white character black, you should be happy. And no, because it doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't do anything for us, and it doesn't do anything for my daughters. It doesn't make her. It doesn't do anything for my son. Like, and I don't mind if they like it. I'm not gonna not make them not watch it. If they want to watch it, that's fine. But what we're not gonna do in my house, at least, we're not gonna lose our mind over this damn shit. Now, if one of y'all creators, whether you male, female, or whoever in here, and especially the ones that I know, if I see y'all do y'all thing and y'all hitting the pavement and y'all doing your thing and y'all owning and controlling your stuff, and even if you say, you know what, I'm gonna give it to him, I'm gonna sell it to him, and I'm gonna make and do such and such with it, and I want it, as long as I get my credits and my money, and I can take that money and go do some better stuff and everything, I'm fine with that. Like, I want to see that happen. That's me. I want to see that happen. I want to see some of these indie people I know get their stuff and go, not just doing stuff for other people. Because I see so many of y'all with these amazing stories. Nah, it's not. It's nah. None of it should be. I see a lot of y'all with so many of these great stories and stuff that y'all have created, and I feel like those need to be the things that are out in front. It don't matter it don't matter what it is. It could be horror, action, it can be goofy cartoon, it can be romantic. I don't care. I don't care if you're not in comics. I don't care what it is. We need more of that being seen from different perspectives. It's kind of why, like, I know people was talking about whatever, but at the end of the day, it's why I like what was it? The people that just Abbott Elementary. Like just as the show. I like it because made by Black folks. And the thing about it is there's always this thing when it comes to, and this is why I'm not impressed by Ariel, because it's a Black woman plopped into a world with a bunch of other fake things, but then all of it, like, according to all what we're seeing, all the characters are still like white or whatever and all this other stuff. So it's not a representation of Black folks. I like that Abbott Elementary because it's a representation of some of the things of how Black people act and how they interact. I want to see, even when it comes to fantasy, I want to see Black folks interact. I want to see Black folks act like Black folks in these situations. That's why I like Jordan Peele stuff. I haven't seen Nope yet, but I like how the Black folks act. Now, some of it is varying degrees, but it's still whatever. I want to see Black folks act like Black folks. I don't want to see a white person's interpretation of a Black person and how a Black person would act when it comes to certain things. Or a person that doesn't understand Black culture, depending on where you're trying to draw from, make that the representation of what it is. I don't want to see that. We complained about stuff like from Family Matters and all sorts of stuff, talking about, well, there wasn't no Black people there. This and that, man, they had them acting like this, and they shouldn't have been doing this. And maybe if we had some, but there's no Black people here, and we're losing our minds. So because they may put one Black person in there. I'm talking about as far as like physically, and I could be wrong. Maybe there be some other folks around there, but from what we seeing, they ain't seeing that. So, but even if it is, we just plop them there, and then that's it. So I'm trying to understand. So no, I ain't hype. I ain't telling y'all not to look at it. I'm not telling y'all they don't have a right to like it. But what I am saying is, when do we start being more concerned about actually controlling and being able to control the images that are put out there, and instead of just being fine with what they are? Oh, and that's what I was gonna say. With Abbott Elementary, is like the Black people are acting goofy and everything, but so are the white characters. Like, everybody is being goofy. Like, everybody is on the same level. When it comes to a lot of this other stuff, we got this one lone Black person, and they doing stuff that none of us would do, but they got Black skin. We do need creative control. We need a lot more, all that. And it's like, it becomes a white, well, what they do, it becomes a white person with Black skin. It's just the shell. And it's like, you could have put anybody there. You could have literally put anybody there, but it's a Black person, so we should, it's kind of like politics. It's like, it's a Black person, so we automatically should sign with them. No, that's not how that works. Just because you Black, I'm not breaking my back to get up there and kick it with you. I'm just not. What does this do? And so again, I think it's more of a thing to where Disney is just they're using this as a way to promote their movies. They know that people are gonna go back and forth. Like I said, I'll say it again. Even what I'm doing is helping it. Even what I'm doing right now is helping it. I'm not goofy enough to think that it's not. But the thing is, it's like, is that our job? Just because they want to put out something, and then that's our job to help it, even though we know that it ain't this. We know that this company ain't shit. Like we know that. We know that Disney ain't shit. We know it over the years. We've known it. We know the creator. We know all that. It ain't shit. So I talk a lot of stuff, but it's this is what I was gonna get on too. So this is perfect. That whole thing about the word woke, and it's like black folks came up with a word talking about not going along with bullshit and understanding history and understanding yourself and being woke to what's going on around you and seeing what's going on around you. And folks just took it and turned it into something else. I'm gonna tell you, and this is where I understand about going against the other side, because when folks say woke, especially white folks, to me you mean black. Like no matter how, it don't matter it don't matter what it is. It don't matter if it's a snowman with a crown and he riding the treadmill. You mean black. Whenever I hear the word woke, I'm like, oh, they talking about black folks. Like there's always words that mean something. There's always words that when it gets to the mainstream, they know that black folks came up with it and they use it to turn it into something else. So whenever I see the woke, I'm like, oh God, you talking about black folks. Because woke, like what is the woke? Like what is woke? I know what it means. A lot of black folks know what it means. We've known what it meant for years. We've known what it meant about reading, being aware of what's going on around you, understanding how you relate to the world compared to everybody else and what's going on around you. We know what woke means. Woke does not mean what the stuff that they talking about. That's how they act. This is no man with a black man's voice. It's woke. That's how that's how it seems. Like if we make like Mufasa would be woke, I guess. It's just like, or maybe it's just a white person. It got to be a white person that a white thing, and then they turn into a black person that's woke. Like that's not what woke meant. That had nothing to do with being woke. A black person getting a black person speaking or being something that was once white, that's not woke. That's actually the opposite of woke. At least for me, it is. So, but the words get turned into other stuff, and because we come up with it, we make it a thing. Then it becomes this thing where everybody else starts identifying it and makes it a replacement for black. That's what woke has become. Woke is a replacement for black. We got to stop this woke stuff and this and that. It's like, oh, okay, you one of them racists, and that's when I do understand that, because if politicians are using it and they're saying this stuff, that means that they got some other shit going on. Once I see that, it was like, this is the same thing as thug and everything else. Thug was a replacement for black folks. Woke, replacement for black folks. It just is what it is. So I understand. So again, I understand black folks being like, yo, these people are doing what you call it. But all I'm saying is, don't stand in the place. Don't be cannon fodder for Disney and everybody else. Don't be cannon fodder for these motherfuckers. Let them fight their own fights and let them put it out there and do whatever they're gonna do it. Let's not help them, because they ain't no better, because they know that you're gonna carry it and turn it into something that it don't need to be. When this was just a hand-me-down in the first place, I don't be cannon fodder for them motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to like it. I'm not telling, but don't be using your babies and stuff. That's what y'all was using them babies. I seen some posts about it, and I had to agree. It's like y'all was using them babies for that shit with Black Panther and stuff. Oh my God, Chadwick died! And he was just using them babies, them little action figures. Oh my God, Chadwick died. We gotta have a funeral. This is the casket. Take me, Lord, take me. It's like, those are babies for this goofy shit for y'all to get online doing dumb shit. Like, come on, man. Like, God, Jesus, these babies don't even know these people. And stop putting this shit on your damn kids. These old imaginary characters are so damn important. Shit. What are you teaching your kids? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Let Disney fight their own fight. They can go out there and do all that. Go do better marketing and do better stuff with these characters and stop making these damn remakes and make some original stuff with some black folks or whatever the case may be. And stop making these black folks these damn creatures or amorphous blobs or disembodied spirits. Like they can't be whole characters that are on screen. So like even with Souls, like I didn't mind that too much. I didn't mind it, but I did understand what people were saying. Like, why are all the black characters always disembodied or some type of creature, and they're not really in the shows? They're not really in the movie. Like after a while, y'all motherfuckers want me to not see what I'm seeing. Well, you know that. Well, it was still good, and even though that happened, you just don't understand, and you just don't like stuff. And then because you don't like stuff, you don't want me to like stuff. And now, since you don't like stuff, I'm mad because you don't like it. And then I'm just saying that they have a habit of making characters that are supposed to be black into something else, and they're not even showing the black person for most of the film, or they have them doing things that don't represent blackness, or this isn't something that black. Is that so much to ask? But you don't get that until you have the resources to make and stand out on your own. So no, none of it is progress. Just because a white-owned company or somebody decides to make something with you, that's not progress. But to a lot of y'all niggas, because we closer to it, it's y'all backflipping and breakdancing the best you can. I can't do it. Y'all backflipping and breakdancing and doing the two-step because you get to it was white, so now it's black. But I always go back to whether it's music, whether it's baseball and sports, but no matter what it is, we continuously give up what we own and control because for some reason, or we give up, we stop going to things that we built because white folks decide to put a black face on something, and we feel like what the black folks done, it ain't as good because we want to be included. We want to be included into everything else that white folks got going on. And this isn't, and most of what I'm saying ain't even against white folks. It's just what black folks do. Basically. And so I'm like, when does that stop? When does that stop? I'm not saying you can't enjoy stuff. I'm not saying, but the white ice colder thing, y'all. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. As long as we air, we just happy. I don't want that. There's no empowerment over that. And I'm sorry that I just can't be with y'all and be talking about how amazing this is and have my 6-month-old and my 9-year-old crying. I'm sorry, I can't do that. And my kids would just look at it and be like, oh yeah, okay. My daughters would just look at it, yeah, all right. So, all right. But it is what it is. Wait. It sure do seem like they turn black folks into creatures a lot, especially Disney. Disney turned black folks into creatures. Even Ariel is a whole dang underwater creature that was like we talking about it, but like I said earlier, a lot of mermaids were these ugly monster things. They weren't always pretty. They were just ugly monster things that was underwater, stealing mermaids and sirens and stuff. They're not the same thing. I know somebody will get, well, you know the design and then the voices and then they do the thing and then they came in 1442 and they was different because they. All right. Mermaids and sirens weren't the best of things, especially for sailors and shit. So always making the black folks preachers are putting up. I don't even do the whole king thing. I don't even do that. I don't even do the whole king thing. I don't even like when folks call me king. I don't think. No. I'm more of a businessman. I'm more of a dude out in the field handling business with folks. But that's neither here nor there. I done said what I had to say about it. And I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. Any of y'all to talk about y'all want to support, go to akachicomics.com, download some books, let me know what you think, all that good stuff. And I didn't say what I had to say about it. I'll rant about more of this stuff later, but I just had to jump on and get on this while I was thinking about it. Because if I didn't, I'd go on and forget about it, and then it'd be yeah, stuff like that. Why not? But it'd have to be a little bit more original. I know this ain't how everybody feel, and that's fine. You don't got to. That's all good. That's exactly. I am Akachi Jones. So anyway, go pre-order Void Beast Chapter 4. We'll have more stuff with it. Get books, t-shirts, all that, prints. Like I said, the book is already done. We already got the book done. We just gotta get the pre-orders for it, get it out to folks and everything. And y'all, it ain't gonna be forever. But I'm gonna see what's going on with my baby and my ladies and everybody. And I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks for kicking it with me. All y'all that's pre-ordered it, thank you. Everybody that's commented and everything, I always appreciate y'all kicking it and everything. I'm trying to get some other stuff done and stuff, but a lot of stuff going on. So again, thank you for kicking it with me and everything. I don't think it's progress, and I'm not concerned with it, but you can like whatever you like. I ain't mad at you. But black folks got to start controlling our own stuff and controlling our own narrative and all our creative processes and stuff, and have the resources to make it. That's my thing. Have the resources, because that's the biggest hurdle that we got to get over. Having the resources so that we don't have to keep playing this game of everybody else's stuff is much better than ours, and we got to be included with everybody. Ain't nobody doing that with us. Ain't nobody trying to jump on our, unless they're trying to control it, whether it's from housing to entertainment. If they coming in, they trying to control it and take it. They ain't worried about no inclusion and all shit. But it is what it is. Thanks for kicking it with me. Go pre-order Void Beast Chapter 4. They are the future, and black is the future. So I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.